So just lately, I've seen a lot of vehicles in the auction. Battery below 50, issue detected, view report, and here we go. Look at that, 63.4. This is how important battery state of health tests are. Do not buy an EV without a battery state of health. And of course, one which you probably know about, a Volkswagen ID3, which I have written to BCA to request information as to why it was returned and how it was sold in the first place. As expected, they say it's GDPR. It's not GDPR really, because I didn't really want the buyer information. I just wanted to know whether they were private, a firm, leasing company, and I wanted to know what the problem was with the car, why it had been returned, and why they think it's a fire risk. I'm perfectly entitled to ask. As I've done a video before about corporate homicide, corporate manslaughter, and I think these people at BCA, if anything, I'm trying to help them. I think they're leaving themselves wide open. I think if they have a fire there, an insurance company will be well within the rights to say, you've done a battery state of health test, it said it was a fire risk, and you didn't put it out of harm's way. You know, your insurance is null and void. Imagine a BCA burning down with all them cars. Imagine one of your cars being in BCA. Like a few months ago, Range Rover was in for a repair at a garage, they got flooded. Was it the owner's fault that the garage was in a flood area? Why should they claim on their insurance? I don't think they should, to be honest, but you know, that's just me. So, BCA, I emailed 4 people. Whether they sent it to the same office or not, I'm not sure whether they passed it on, but I got a reply saying, you know, mind your own business, but in a nice way. And of course, I can't mind my own business. When I think people's lives are at stake, I can't mind my own business. So I've taken it further. And to be fair, I've actually had a reply and a conversation with 2 people that I've taken it further with. 2 people that I think need informing about these battery state of health certificates. And also, as I've said before, I think every garage, before they take one in, even if they're taking it in for repair, whatever, every MOT, before they go in the Channel Tunnel, before they go on a ferry, it's a 2-minute test. They should have a battery state of health check. And if it's not 100%, well, 100% wrong, but if there's any fault showing, then it doesn't come on the boat, it don't come on the Eurotunnel, it don't come in the garage, full stop. That's the way I see it. So, the person I talked to saw it pretty much the same as me too. And it's a person in authority. I won't say who it is yet. They may come back and say, no, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. He's already done his job and managed my expectations. He asked me, what do you want the result from this inquiry to be? I want the result from this inquiry to be that when people go to work or buy a car in the auction, they're not standing next to, they're not driving, they're not moving, they're not eating the lunch in the canteen above a vehicle that could possibly explode at any time. That's what I want. I don't think it's too much to ask. I don't think it's too much to ask that if you go to work, somebody can make the decision to put your life in danger. Somebody else. Because if they said to you, oh, you know, that car over there could blow up at any second, you go, oh, fuck off. oh, hey, Fred, will you just go and line that EV up in the auction or put it in the compound? Oh, by the way, Fred, it's a fire risk. Don't put your seatbelt on, you know. have one hand on the door handle. Or, you know, how'd you get out? You've seen these EVs explode and set on fire. These bloody missiles flying out from underneath. How'd you get out? What's the best way to get out? Through the sunroof and jump? Try and get clear? Because certainly putting your legs out when there's flames shooting from the bottom, it's not ideal, is it? So, anyway, that's me. So, I'm still watching. There was a transit van in the auction the other week. Again, fire risk to death. This one, it's in the non-runner section. Ford Transit Custom, 1 litre FEV, 126, 340, short wheelbase limited. It's a 2021 on a 70 plate. It's had 2 owners, petrol electric. If I click on that, as we see, 2 owners, non-runner, Tuesday 3rd of June, online auction, Paddock Wood, 29th of 1st, 2021. We go down here, tells you no declarations, equipment, tells you the equipment, additional information, cap average estimated at 50k, 13,250, fault, not turning over, fault, security lock, key missing, last known mileage 35k off the January 2024 MOT, no doubt, mileage incorrect, unable to obtain reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, non-runner, fire risk. Does anybody think like me that that should be like in red writing right at the top, and that vehicle should be in a completely different compound, sat right in the middle, surrounded by a moat? I'm sorry, but it's just disgusting. It really is disgusting. In the auction today, there's 320 cars and 4 LCVs with battery certificates, their reports available. If I knock the report available off, there's 528. It's quite a good day today. The percentages are pretty good. But usually it's like between 40 to perhaps 60%. And I believe, although I'm not 100% sure, you can actually choose whether to have a battery state of health certificate. Now, I don't know about that, but in my opinion, it shouldn't be optional. So the first one, BMW iX3. Here we go, 77,098 miles, 2022. Again, you would think that that would be under warranty if there's anything wrong. 1 owner from new, only had 1 service at 28th of 5th, 2024 at 49,189. Battery score, below 50, issue detected, 0. View report, 97%. Battery sensor warning detected. Warning, significant issues detected. During the detailed battery diagnosis with Avalue flash test, anomalies were detected that require monitoring or inspection. Now, I've tweeted Avalue time and time again asking what this means, what battery sensor warning detected means, and what is the worst possible outcome. And trust me, the worst possible outcome you would not like, because of course it's thermal runaway. So you can't just sell that vehicle, can you? Because you don't know. You've done a battery test, but it means nothing. All it tells you is there's something wrong. Showing the deviation there, 4.048 to 4.055. Seems neither here nor there to me. And we've got another one, BMW iX3. 34,495 miles. 1 owner, warranted miles, battery condition X. Last service 4th of the 7th, 2024, 22,000 miles. Not showing anything, good spec. Health grading, below 50 detected, it actually says 0. And then 97.9, again, warning, significant issue detected. Battery sensor warning detected. There seems to be so many battery sensor warning detected that I was thinking there might be a fault on their Avalue machine. But it's all at different places, so surely they must all have, because this is coming up far too often. And then the more suspicious, jaded, sceptical side of my mind thought to myself, I wonder if you can actually disable the battery sensor in diagnostics, and if you had a vehicle with a fault, or just uncouple it. Now, I don't know where they are. I would imagine they're in the battery somewhere, and one kind of multi-plug comes out of the battery. I am being, you know, my side that doesn't really trust the motor trade, even though I've been in it all my life. So, next one. Now, I think this will surprise you. Kia Niro. Because I'm, you know, if you remember, there was a lady who said, and I took her claim to pieces, absolutely to pieces, and got a lot of flack for it because I worked out that it was cheaper again to run a 5-litre Mustang it was for her to run a Kia Niro, even though she claimed that as a unintended consequence she got free holidays with the money she saved. But then when I pointed out how much a car was actually worth and what she could have saved and how much petrol she could have bought with that, she was actually on a losing, you know. But all the evangelists came out and, oh, Barrie, you're this, you're a misogynist, I think I was. But anyway, there you go. So here we go, Kia Niro, 47,896 miles. One owner. I mean, that is cap clean, £12,450. Last service, 23rd of the 6th, 2025. Battery below 50, issue detected. View report, and here we go. Look at that. Now look at that. 63.4. This is how important battery state of health tests are. Do not buy an EV without a battery state of health. Not just for the fact that it's going to tell you if there's something drastically wrong. Even if there's something not drastically wrong, it tells you the state of the health of the battery. And there you go, 63.4%. It's not good, is it? You know, I mean, that should be changed under warranty. I think once it gets less than 70% within the warranty period, then they'll change it. But in the warranty, they don't say, we'll change it for a brand new one. If they can repair it, they'll repair it, which is probably obvious. But these people that say, we'll just pop a new cell in. Okay, you pop a new cell in. What's all this imbalance thing that the machines keep bringing up? Battery imbalance. Now all those batteries in there, all the little cells, will have been in there for 4 years. So you just pop a new one in. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I would guess that there would be a significant imbalance. Unless there's a tolerance and you can see, and the new battery is within that tolerance, and you pop it in, simples, you pop it in, then that vehicle needs a new battery pack, in my mind. Now, if whoever buys that, last service, 23rd of the 6th, 2000, 44,000 miles, and it was 13th of the 12th. Is it out of the service schedule times? Is the car out of warranty? Warning, significant issue detected. During the detailed battery diagnosis with Avalue flash test, anomalies were detected that require monitoring or inspection. 4.080 to 4.1. 4.1 there. Different colour. All the rest look like they're 4.080. So there's only one. All the rest are fine. And we got Tesla Model 3, or Tesla batteries, you know. 64,550 miles, 2020 on a 70 plate. Cap clean, £11,000. One owner, service history, no service. Do these people really believe that electric vehicles don't need servicing? Below 50, you view the report. 91.4% battery sensor warning detected. You know, you can see now why I'm starting to worry about the tests. 3.801 to 3.808. Voltage sensor, yes. Temperature sensors, yes. Cell voltage sensors, yes. Current sensor, no. But it looks like there. I was hoping to get these questions from Avilu. As you know, I'm doing a collaboration with Volt Test, and at the moment I've got some questions to ask Volt Test. It's not about the machine, it's about the readings I'm seeing on the machine. I was hoping to have a second video out by now, but I'm just doing a few more things because I kind of think out of the box, and I did two vehicles that one had done 60,000 miles more than the other one. However, its battery state of health was only 3% less, I think, for 60,000 miles. But then there were commercials, and I looked, and one had been fast charged more than the other, which immediately drew me to the conclusion that fast charging is bad for your electric vehicle battery, and that all these fast chargers that are springing up all over the place are basically destroying your batteries. Now that could be one scenario. Perhaps the other scenario, which I hadn't considered at the time but have done since, is what were they carrying? Because they were vans, you know, one could have been carrying boxes of feathers and the other boxes of lead. So it's almost like there needs to be a questionnaire with each vehicle so we can find out about batteries and how good they really are. There almost needs to be a questionnaire as to, in fact, weight. You know, what weight? And then of course it's how the guy drives. If you accelerate fast and it's trying to bloody, you know, draw current out as fast as possible, does that damage the battery? I imagine it does. So there's so many kind of variables that you just don't know. Next one, Tesla Model 3, 93,000 miles, 2021-21, X, no services, 9th of the 6th, 2021, looks like a nice car. View report, 90.4%. What have we got here? Battery measurement, warning detected. During the detailed battery diagnosis, anomalies were detected that require monitoring or inspection. This is just today. Honestly, for the last week I've been pulling them off, and it's daily, all different ones. There was a mini yesterday. In fact, I'll try and find it because that's not in today, so it's obviously gone. Battery measurements, warning detected. Cell voltage, 26, right, here we go, we've got it, 26 millivolts. There we go, 3.320. But the one at the side of it says 3.302. Volkswagen ID3, another one, 36,625 miles, 2022 on a 22 plate, one owner, £11,250. Looks like a nice car. That would ideally suit me. That would be perfect for me. As I've said before, if an EV is right and you get battery state of health, get it. Don't say I'm an EV hater, because I'm not. Last service, 12th of the 8th, 2024 at 21,048 miles. Battery issue detected. 96.2%. Battery sensor, warning detected. 3.956, 3.965. Please retry the flash test, ensuring that the vehicle is not charged or driven and the air conditioning and heating are switched off during the test. Your interpretation of that, some people have said they're just saying don't drive while you're doing the test, which is pretty obvious because on my Volt test it says, it gives you the conditions: no doors open, don't drive, make sure it's not on charge. You know, so I can't see why it would flag that up. And as I say, the actual cars that were in the auction, electric. So there's 628 cars in. When I did this, 320 had the reports available. So possible outcomes. If a battery sensor warning is detected on an electric vehicle, reduced performance, limp mode. The EV may enter reduced power or limp mode to protect the battery. Acceleration, top speed or regenerative braking could be limited. Warning lights, dashboard alerts. A battery warning light or specific fault code, e.g. BMS HV system, will display. Some EVs may disable charging until the issue is resolved. So basically you can't use the car. Charging problems. You may be unable to charge the vehicle or charging may be slower than normal. The BMS may misread the state of charge, SOC, or block charging as a safety precaution. Battery health misreadings. Incorrect readings could affect state of health, range estimation, thermal management. This could lead to either overuse or underutilization of the battery. Safety risks. If the sensor detects overheating or high voltage imbalance, it may indicate a thermal runaway risk or short circuit. In serious cases, this could lead to battery fire or electrical fault if ignored. In severe cases, especially with high voltage battery sensor faults, the vehicle may shut down completely, refuse to start, require towing. Diagnostic or repair required may involve battery management system, BMS scan, sensor replacement, firmware update, wiring, connector inspection. 8. Possible warranty or insurance implications. If unresolved, a persistent sensor fault could invalidate battery warranties, affect resale value, trigger insurance claim issues in the event of an incident. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.